everybody, and welcome along to the Friday Cook Along with me, Aine Boyle from Good Food Nutrition. So, hope you're all on a wonderful Friday, enjoying a bit of sunshine as well, getting outside. So today I'm going to do like a nice sort of, instead of your normal takeaway on a Friday night, we're going to do a little bit corny, but our Friday night takeaway. Okay, so where you normally might have ordered from the Indian or the Chinese, today we're going to be doing my delicious vegetarian chickpea curry, and just full of lovely fresh vegetables, bright colours as well. And then we're also going to be teaming them up with a lovely coriander and garlic naan bread as well. Okay, so really quick, really easy to make as well, and hopefully you won't miss your normal Friday takeaway too much either. So we'll get going on it, and I'm going to run through all the ingredients I have. And as you can see, is that a lot of the ingredients sort of follow through. I love my peppers, my courgettes as well. Today we have some lovely butternut squash. We're going to go through these now. So again, like all the other recipes over the last week, it's whatever's in your fridge, okay? So if I say a courgette and you don't have one or you can't stand them, obviously don't put a courgette in. But there's nothing to stop you putting in like small little chopped carrots, a little bit of celery in there, a bit of leek in there. Whatever you have in the fridge, pop it in. Even if you have a tin of sweet corn, pop it in. Some frozen peas, get them in. Frozen green beans, in they go. But I'll give you lots of tips and advice as we're going along. So we'll get going on it, and then I'll sort of explain the ingredients as we go along as well. So first thing we're going to do is we're just going to very gently warm our pot. So again, as always, a nice big round wide pan, or I tend to use a wok because it has it's a good flat bottom, almost like a pan, but again you can fit everything in there to feed 4 people. So we're just going to warm that up with a little bit of coconut oil in there, or else by all means you can actually use your olive oil as well. So into that I have just, turn it off for 1 second. I have just going to slice down a red onion. Now you can use a white onion if you like, but I just like the taste of red onions. I think it's just a little bit nicer. So we're going to go in and slice down some red onion and a little bit of ginger and garlic as well. So we'll get that pan back on. And again, just top and tail your onion. Taking off the top and the bottom of it as well, and get rid of those little bits as well. And then we're just going to slice it down. But by all means, if you want to dice it down finely, or if you don't like onion, by all means is whatever suits yourself, okay? But I do love the taste of onion in curries, and it does give it an awful lot of flavour as well. So we're just going to get rid of the skin on this. Just peel the whole lot off, get rid of that. And then we're just going to go in and we're going to slice that down into little slices. So about half of that should do you fine. So I'm just going to move some of these because I want to come back to them in a second. And again, just nice, thin little slices of it. If you really, really love onion, by all means, go in with the whole lot, but we don't want to overpower the dish. So our oil now is nicely melted in our wok or our pan. And we are just going to go in with that half an onion and let that sort of gently fry over. And just while that's doing that, I'm going to run through the other ingredients that we're going to be using today, just so you can see, and then I'll give you some ideas for substitutes as well. So we have our red onion. We're going to be going in with some ginger, some fresh ginger. You can't get your hands on it at the moment, obviously, is that your dried ginger is fine. Some people have asked me about using the ginger in I think it's called the lazy ginger. It's kind of like in the jars. Now, the only thing I will say about it is that when it is preserved in the jars, it's done like in kind of like white vinegar, which means that it kind of doesn't hold the good health benefits that normal ginger does. Ginger is fantastic anti-inflammatory for the body, so I tend to prefer having a little bit of fresh. But with the fresh ginger as well, if you skin it off, you can pop it in the freezer, just in a little sandwich bag, and you can actually grate it from frozen. So get your hands on a good big lump of ginger the next time in the supermarkets, skin it down, freeze it, and then just grate it straight in, and it means you'll never be short of it. So then we're also going to go in with some lovely mixed peppers. So again, I have my red peppers, yellow peppers. If you've only got green peppers or orange peppers, whatever. If you've no peppers, you'll still be able to make this dish, no problem. I'm also going to add in a little bit of our courgette as well. Okay, it's really, really nice in this dish. It absorbs all the flavors as well. It's a softer vegetable when used like this, but again, really delicious. And then what I've also done earlier on is I was rooting around the vegetable drawer and the vegetable rack in the kitchen thinking what needs to go, what needs to be sort of used up. And I came across a butternut squash. Earlier on is I took a rather large knife, and then I roasted it off at about 180 degrees. There, just a little chop. So you will see just roasted off at 180 degrees, and then did that for about 40 minutes. So some of it is nicely charred, and you can see here. But again, it will give a lovely, lovely flavor to it as well.
Lovely, lovely.
And then I'm also going to add in at the end your own recipe. You can add in spinach, but I didn't have any spinach.
I've stuck a nails bed. Now it's an off thing I need to do. Our nails right now. Spitting put the bed so maybe tucked in behind it and get all the dust.
Pull the bed out and do it.
And I'm just going to add them in at the end as well. So again, that's going to give that lovely green flavor as well. Now, our onions are just nicely sort of sauteed very gently. Turn down that heat. And we're going to go in with some of our vegetables. So I'm just going to pop these ones out of the way for a second. And we're going to come back to some of our vegetables. So, again, we get a little bit more ginger. So we're just going to peel off your ginger just with a sharp little knife. Or the back of a spoon is absolutely grand as well. You'll find it comes off. It's quite a papery little texture on the outside. I'm just going to slice that down very, very thinly. You can as well, if you like, if your chopping skills aren't great, it's just use the side, the really fine grater on the cheese grater, and you'll be able to actually chop it down finely that way as well, okay? Or just using a little handheld grater as well, just as long as there's not big chunks of ginger going in there. So that is, it's about, I would say it's probably about maybe half the finger size. So it's a good lump of it as well, but it does add an awful lot of flavour to this. So we're going to go in with that in 1 second. Once I've added in the other veg. So, about half of a yellow pepper, so you can see here. And we'll just get rid of the seeds of that. Obviously, you don't want them in there. And we're going to go in with about half of a red pepper. But again, as I say, is whatever's in your fridge is absolutely grand. Just go with that. So we're just going to get rid of those bits. I will use them for something else tonight. And again, just watch your onions. They don't burn or they don't catch in the pan as well. So they're just softening down lovely. And what they're doing at this stage is they're nearly caramelizing and giving like a sweetness to them, which is just delicious. Now for your veggies, I like the veg in a curry to be nice and chunky. So I'm actually keeping these. You'll see here, that's probably about 2-inch square. Okay, so I'm actually keeping them like that size. So just keep going straight into the pan as you have chopped them down. And don't be too fussy on how they actually are chopped as well, because again, it's actually quite nice to look and see the veg all different sizes as well. So again, all of that in there. Give that a good mix around. And that is just that. And then into that as well, we're going to go with a little bit of courgette. About the size of the it's actually very, very big. So probably about a third of that. But if you want this curry as well, it's brilliant. Is the fact that you can double or treble the mix, and then you can freeze it off, which means you have another dinner during the week as well. So I'm a big believer in sort of, bulk cooking stuff into the freezer, and then it means you're not stuck to your kitchen every hour of the day. So we're just going to go in with little chunks of this. And again, about that size, but don't get too caught up in that. And we'll just chop down the rest of that. And we're going to go in with that as well. So I'm going to give everything a good mix around here now and show you then what we're doing, okay? Now, let me just have a little look in there. And as you can see already, like the colours in there are just absolutely beautiful. So Again, we're eating with our eyes as well. Lovely fresh reds and greens as well in there. So in the pan, it's almost screaming health. So into this as well, we're also going to go 2 cloves of garlic. Okay, so we just break open your garlic heads there and just take out 2 cloves. So 2 nice big cloves. And again, just bash down the sides of them, cut off the little bit at the end, and you're left then with your lovely toast. We're just going to push them down then, and we're actually just going to slice them nice and fine. A bit like the ginger, if you find that your chopping skills aren't great, is just use the side of your grater as well, and it'll be absolutely fine. Yeah, keep your hair now moving around. You can see now this is going to be a very quick puffed curry. And we just press down on these and slice them nice and fine. And these are going to go all into the pan as well with the other spices now, which I'm going to go through in a second. There's already a lovely smell even coming from the caramelized.
Nice.
Gorgeous. Man, this is so.
I'm going to dance my
because you don't obviously want your ginger and your garlic to burn either.
Did you look out the back and walk around with a hard now and lift it off the top of the garden?
And then we're going to go in as well with a little bit of our dried chili. On your recipe, you will see that I have said fresh chili, but I couldn't get my hands on fresh chili. So it's always a good idea at the moment is stock up your cupboard with plenty of your dried herbs and spices because you'll be thankful of it to be able to actually make any dishes. We're also going to go in with a little bit of our medium curry powder. So about half to 1 teaspoon of that. I'm just going to measure this in. So in your chili, just a little pinch, or depends how hot you like it. But on your curry powder, I think we're going to go in. We'll probably go in with about 1, and that will give it a lovely kick off it as well. Now, with your spices and all, be careful when you're cooking with them as well. Is you want them when they're cooking to hit the base of the pan. Okay, and it's when they hit the base of the pan. Just turn that down slightly. That is when they start to release their lovely flavour and their aroma. So don't be tempted to just dump them into the kind of liquid part of it because you won't actually pull out that lovely flavour. So the smells now are absolutely gorgeous. Really sort of sweet and spicy in there as well. And the ginger is just, again, ginger's that lovely warming spice as well. Very, very good for your digestion as well. Very anti-inflammatory as well on the joints and the body. Now, a little bit of our salt and pepper. And just a little pinch. Again, I always tend to use my pink Himalayan salt. And mix in there. And then I'm going to go in with a little bit of our stock first of all. Just grab the kettle. And about 150 mils of our stock. And in with a little bit of my powdered stock. So I tend to, as before, I tend to use the powdered stock. Foods are very, very salty. So again, it also can control how much stock you get. So that was about 150 mils of stock in there. Give it a mix around. And then I'm going to go in with my coconut milk as well. So we're probably going to go in with about 2/3 of a tin of coconut milk. Now this one, normally you can give them a good shake and it kind of mixes the cream through with the water, but this one's refusing to do that, so I'm hoping I'm not going to be end up wearing the whole thing as I spoon it in. But we're going to go in with about 2/3 and a little bit of the coconut water as well. And this is going to add all the lovely creaminess as well in there. So give it just a gentle mix around, and we're going to turn up the heat ever so slightly. Now, because you have gently sort of fried off the vegetables, they're going to cook really, really quickly. So don't be worried thinking, gosh, I hasn't cooked out this curry enough. You do not. We've all had curries where the vegetables are really soft and soggy, but you actually want a little bit of bite to it. So I am just going to cook this very, very gently until they are just. So we get another little bit of the coconut cream in there. That is lovely. Okay. Let's heat it. Now, what you want to do is you want to bring that up, so you're actually bringing it up to the boil, okay? And then you're just going to reduce that liquid ever so slightly over a couple of minutes. And what that does is, again, it's just thickening up the curry as well, okay? So I'm just going to go through another couple of the ingredients I'm going to be putting in at this stage. My roasted butternut squash. So I'm going to go in with a little handful of that. And again, what that's doing is, like, that absolutely stunning orange color is, I will show you at the end, it is gorgeous in there. And you've got the little charred edges where it's kind of like got a little bit overcooked in the oven, but still delicious. Now, if you were using, give all that a bit of a stir around. If you were using the spinach, you would just put the spinach in at the very end, turn off the heat, and let it just wilt down. Because spinach is such a delicate little leaf. But as I say, I didn't have spinach today, but I do have kale. Kale is it's a really nutritious leafy green, but it does require a little bit more cooking, and it can be a little bit bitter. So we want it to cook through and absorb a bit of the flavour of the rest of the curry as well. So we're just going to go in. Actually, when you get your bags of kale, is go through it and you will see little stalky bits, kind of like hard stalky bits. Rip them off, and all you want left is these lovely leaves. So I'm just going to go in with a little bit of them. Already, the colour is just beautiful. I'll show you now what it looks like. And we will want this kale to probably cook down. You don't want, some of the bits kind of look a little bit old. You want rid of those. But this kale will cook down, and it will lose a little bit of its bitterness, and it will soften down as well. Kale, when it's raw, it can be quite, it just has where it's quite hard to chew. So you do actually want to soften it down, unless you want to put it in smoothies where you actually don't get the texture. So that is just crushed down there. I'm just going to show you this very quickly, what this is starting to look like. So you'll see there, already the colours in that stunning. Okay, now also as well is the chickpea, very important bit as well is, because it's a vegetarian dish, we need to make sure that it is nutritionally balanced as well. So all of our dishes need to have it, that there is your carbohydrates, is your vegetables, but you also need your proteins in there as well. And your protein will come in the form of either your meats, your fish, or your plant protein, which is your beans, your lentils, your chickpeas, and all. So it's really, really important that your meals are balanced like that. Otherwise, what you will find is, at the end, is you will get those sweet cravings, or 20 minutes later, you're absolutely starving again. Okay, and nobody wants that. So I'm just turning down that a little bit, but keep it moving around, and just ensure that it's not getting really soft and soggy as well. Okay, so the reason I roasted off the butternut squash as well is that it gives it that bit more depth of flavour, rather than just putting it in raw, where it can be a bit wishy-washy as well. So if you're using butternut squash even for your soups, is roast it off first in the oven about 30-40 minutes, and it brings out that real depth of flavour which you do not get if you just chop it and use it in dishes. So I have here, you can see, is my cooked chickpeas. And what I tend to do with these is I buy like big jars of dried chickpeas, and then I just pop them in a slow cooker overnight for about 8 hours, covered with water, a little bit of salt, and wake up in the morning, drain them off, and then keep them in the fridge for about a week. So, so easy to do. So in we go with those. And then we only want to fairly warm these through, because if we let these overcook, they're going to become soft and mushy, which is really unpleasant. So again, I'm just going to let all that cook there for a second. I'm actually going to try it now, 1 second. While that is just finishing off cooking, I'm just going to pop a little naan bread into the oven. Okay, so we just have, and this one I didn't make myself. So we just have a normal little naan bread, like coriander and garlic naan bread. But if you do want the recipe for naan bread, get in touch. I can happily set you up with them. So I'm going to pop them into the oven probably for about 2 or 3 minutes each side. And that will go lovely with the curry. So we're down to the last couple of minutes now. I'm just going to try it for seasoning as well to make sure that it is okay. So we're going to have a little clear down here, get rid of anything we don't need. We'll use them later. And what I also did as well is to go on the top as well, which I thought would be really nice. And again, give it that kind of Thai flavor. Is I took some raw cashew nuts from earlier, you can see them there, and I just put them in a dry pan and toast them all gently for 3 or 4 minutes. So again, it's just giving them that really tasty toasted feeling. And I am now going to actually sprinkle them over the top of the curry as well. So think of like if you do like your Thais and stuff, when you get a pad Thai, you get the lovely toasted nuts, absolutely lovely. And then we're also going to go with a little bit of our fresh coriander as well. You cannot have curry without coriander, it goes hand in hand. So let's just try this, just make sure it doesn't need any more seasoning. Oh, the colors are just beautiful. Delicious, delicious. Doesn't need any more salt either. Really, really nice as well. So I'm just going to turn that down and let that cook there for about another minute while we just get our plate up. So just going back over the week is hopefully you all enjoyed Wednesday when I did the healthy chocolate treats. And I would love to know if anybody's actually made any of them. And if you did, please get in touch and let me know. So you can either contact me at my Facebook page for Good Food Nutrition, or you can go to www.goodfoodnutrition.co.uk and you can get in touch that way. But I do love to hear if you did cook any of the recipes. I love to see the photographs as well. So please do get in touch as well and hopefully you enjoyed them as well. Now, we're just going to turn over the naan bread for 1 more minute, and then we're going to plate everything up. So this is such a quick and easy dish for a Friday night, or over the Easter weekend is normally you're cooking in the kitchen for hours on end, but I don't know if that would be the case this week. You could make it a little bit easier for yourself maybe by making up a batch of this curry tonight and have it either tonight and have your leftovers tomorrow night, or who said you can't have curry on Easter Sunday? There's no rules. The rules are your own rules. So we have our plate here, and we're just going to start to spoon in some as well. And I'm just going to take a little handful of our coriander, and I'm going to give that a little chop, and some nice little full leaves as well to go on the top. Now, again, color on this is gorgeous. You can, if you like, serve it with some brown rice. But to be honest with you, is with the chickpeas in there and all those veg, you're doing well to actually be able for it because there's a lot of eating in there as well. We just see now all these beautiful colors now in there. Get a little bit of that lovely color as well. That's a big portion now, it's a good man-sized portion. And we're just going to actually slice down a little bit of our coriander leaves. Just over the top. And if you don't put fresh coriander, don't panic, it still tastes absolutely gorgeous. Just over the top of that. And again, a few of your random little coriander leaves, just to let you get it. Just put a coriander leaves. Now, I'm just going to take that over and slice that over on the side, and then I'm going to recap over the plate. Okay, so when you're cooked naan bread, 2 to 3 minutes per side, any more than that will start to get a little brown. Just slice it down and put a little stick alongside it. And just so that is my vegetarian chickpea curry, served with naan bread as well, and lovely fresh coriander. And oh, nearly forgot the lovely toasted cashew nuts. Can't forget them as well. They're actually going to add to it. So just sprinkle a few of those over. And another little bit, I think. So for the recipe, you'll see it is put up at the beginning of the video and as we go through it as well. So if you're unsure of anything that I actually covered there, is skip back to the video and look at the replay and but if you have any questions, there it is again. If you have any questions at all, is get in touch on my Facebook page, Good Food Nutrition, and let me know how you get on with that as well. So I'm just going to give you a little close-up look now to the curry. You'll see there, it's absolutely
Make it for me.
colors and stuff like that with your naan bread as well. So guys, hopefully you enjoyed that today. And again, nice simple dishes for the weekend as well. I will be back with you on Monday for more cooking on Monday. And if anybody has any questions, you know where to get in touch. But I really appreciate even if you give a little thumbs up or a little like to the videos as well, just so we know that you are enjoying them. And any comments at all, post below and I will come straight back to you. But in the meantime, have a fab weekend, guys, and I will see you all again on Monday at 3 o'clock.